Hey everybody, 3 Drinks Down, I'm Nate.
I'm James.
And today we have an available bourbon battle for you, part 1.
Availability is the best kind of
Ability.
I think.
Finishing each other's
Bourbon.
thoughts.
So today we're going to be embarking on a new journey of doing a different series that we haven't done anything before. We're going to take 9 bottles of available bourbon that you can find pretty much anywhere on the shelf. They're mostly going to be under $30 with
a couple exceptions.
1 or 2 caveats there, but for the most part, these are entry-level bourbons, but not the low tier where, you know, we're talking plastic bottle, $20 or less, that sort of thing. These are a little bit higher. So some people would classify these as the low and mid tier, however you want to classify these, that's what we decided to go and get. So we're double blinding these. That's the big thing today. We do not know which these are in front of us. We know the 9. Mm-hmm. We know all 9 because we handpicked them, we curated them, but we do not know what's in front of us. We're gonna do this in 3 episodes, well, technically 4 episodes. The 3 episodes are going to be eliminating 2 of the 3 in each flight. So Nate and I are gonna taste these. We're gonna decide which one goes on, and then that one's gonna go on to the final round. We'll do that 3 times. We're gonna have one more round. That'll be the last episode where we crown a champion of the available value bourbon tier, or whatever you want to call it.
We're not sure what we're calling it either. We do know they're all within 90 to 101 proof.
Yep.
So we try to contain the proof range, and we have 9 distilleries represented. So that's amazing. We don't have any duplicate Elijah Craig's with some other Heaven Hill brand, all separate. You'll see that at the end because, like James said, we don't know what's in front of our glass. But what we do know is it'd be amazing if you'd like this video.
Yeah.
And possibly give us a subscribe. If you're already a subscriber, can you hit that notification bell, please? And then if you have time, watch a video off that notification bell. It's free to you and it helps us a ton.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Before we get into this, let's go over all 9 bourbons that we're going to be doing. Number 1, Wild Turkey 101. Number 2, Woodford Reserve. Number 3, Elijah Craig Small Batch. Number 4, Knob Creek 9-year Small Batch. Number 5, Buffalo Trace. Number 6, Michters Small Batch. Number 7, Maker's Mark. Number 8 is Four Roses Small Batch, not the select. And number 9 is Small Batch 1792. So 9 different distilleries, 9 different bourbons.
But we don't know what 3 we have in front of us here. My wife Sarah, as you guys know her, she went ahead and poured us 3 blind out of that. So we do know the universe of bourbon.
Yeah.
Which, okay, it's not a true double blind, but
it's as close as we're gonna get.
Yeah, come on, cut us some slack here, will you? All right.
Jeez.
And before any of you guys go off on Buffalo Trace can't find anywhere, freaking Costco nationwide just had tons of it. I know it sold out quickly, but so get a Costco membership or something. I don't know.
I think between Buffalo Trace and Benchmark, we felt like Buffalo Trace was the better option realistically. I know there's Old Charter 8 and a couple of other kind of lower tier stuff in that lower tier one. But it's hard for us to leave out Buffalo Trace in something like this.
Right, it just is. And so your mileage may vary on everything else, but I think it's time to get to it.
Let's get it.
We have 3 in front of us, like we mentioned. We're gonna both do the same at the same time. This is number 1. I have no idea what it is. James has no idea what it is, and we're swirling.
Yeah.
Bring it over here. I'm gonna try not to investigate the color nearly as much.
That's fair.
I mean, we're gonna see it and whatnot, but I think there are definitely some age differences here. And that was one thing we tried to think about and couldn't control that much, unfortunately.
Yeah, the Knob Creek 9-year in the Buffalo Trace, which is typically about 6-7 years, come to mind. Also, Wild Turkey 101.
So we're trying to do our best to equal the playing field. So we'll try not to really take too much visually in, but it's gonna happen. Right. Cheers, let's go.
To the nosing. This smells familiar.
Really? This smells familiar. I figured you'd say that 9 times.
Yeah, we're gonna say that for every single one. Hopefully you don't get
sweet vanilla, a little bit of funky oak.
Just a little bit.
Hey, vanilla and oak on all of them. How about that?
Vanilla oak familiar.
Done. See you guys.
Great video.
Are you pulling a little floralish?
I was literally just about to say this is actually kind of floral.
But again, I'm going to try to keep my mind open because obviously you guys, you probably on your chairs, you're still on the edge of seats. You're probably like, Four Roses. And I'm like, I don't know.
There's a hint of spice here as well. Just a little hint.
You're a hint of spice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Am I a hint of sweet too? I'm like a powder girl.
Negative. You're like posh spice, okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where we're going with that.
Jeez, all right.
I'm baby spice.
That makes sense.
Clearly.
I think I'd rather be scary spice.
I knew you were going to say scary. I just knew it.
We're getting derailed here.
Okay. I'm ready for the tasting.
Yeah. One more thing. A little bit of citrus. That's about it.
Okay. I go with you on that.
All right.
The tasting. Oh, spice coming through.
Yeah. That spice is
That's scary spice.
definitely scary spice.
Absolutely.
Sweet. It's pretty good.
I love coming back and taking the nosing again after that.
Yeah.
Because the pungency of the oak punched up.
It's the vanilla is almost gone now to me. Yeah, oak really dominates. Which weirdly, I was expecting the spice to dominate on the nose.
That's a nice sipper.
It is a nice sipper. I mean, it's tough. I don't want to really talk about mouthfeel on any of these because they're all going to be kind of aqueous. But.
Sure. I think we have to consider that as equal. So again, our goal here is to take and eliminate 2 of these eventually, right? So that's what we're shooting to try to do here. That's a solid start. I don't know how we improve or not improve from there.
Number 2. Now, you know what it is? We don't.
I did left-hand swirl. So how about you?
Oh, what the actual
Candy.
heck? It is.
Candy.
I get bubblegum hardcore.
Candy bubblegum. Go with you. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. This is not familiar.
Oh.
I do not know what this is.
So the smell is familiar from other things I've had, but I couldn't pin it to any one of these bottles. Let's put it that way.
I have no idea what this is. Wow.
There's no oak at all.
No, it is just bubblegum to me.
There's a little tinge of wood at the bottom. It's getting some of that dankier kind of.
You really got to look for it.
You really went like.
Yeah, I'm really trying to get it in there. But it's almost got that, what I would associate as minerality thing, which I probably is actually the oak.
I'm going to give it a touch of grape.
Sure. That's that bubblegum for me, I think.
Like grape big league chew.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go. Not what I expected.
Not at all. Really boring. It's fine. It's just kind of like.
I gotta take a second sip because that's just. You're right about that. There's nothing remarkable. The oak comes through and the spiciness comes through,
but not nearly like number 1.
No, but there's also nothing else to round it out.
It's like almost like Pez candies.
Oh, that's a good call.
Yeah.
Get like a muddler and put them in here.
Oh.
Great.
All right, one more sip.
Pez old fashions.
Yikes. That sounds awful. Yeah, still really boring. A little bit more spicy. Proof coming out a little bit. Yeah. I'm pretty meh on this one. What do you think?
So part of this also that I'm going to weigh in my head, and we probably haven't talked about this too much yet so far, is think of who might be stepping into this tier for the first time.
Sure.
Probably people coming off Jack 7 or your Evan Williams 1783s of the world or things like that. This could be a decent step in because it's not ridiculously overflavored. Now, my preference, it's not quite enjoyable. But if I bring myself back to think what the purpose of this tier might be for, cocktails, mixers, or first time jumping into something neat beyond a low shelf bourbon.
Right. Well, I'll kind of argue that we're not testing these as mixers. We're testing these as neat products.
Agree with you. I'm just saying that's where this realm goes, right? When you're thinking. So let's get that clear. I didn't mean to confuse things. But my point being is maybe I need to play devil's advocate because I'm tending to agree with you, but I'm playing devil's advocate. As I step into this tier, that might be very approachable for me.
Sure. It's sweet, not very complex, and you
get a little more oak than you would off some of those other 80 proof.
It's not offensive. Let's just put it that way. On to number 3. Ooh, this is nice.
Ooh, that's funky.
Oh, really? I'm getting some like rich caramel here.
Underneath, but the oakiness is much different than the first 2.
Yes, would agree.
Would agree for oakiness. I see what you did there.
I'll see myself out.
Yep, there's the door. Oh, that is nice though. I start to get some of those like floral-ish kind of notes coming through on the bottom too.
Different kind of florality than the first one, I would say. A less aggressive.
This is more wafting flower.
Yeah, it's so where one might have been more perfumey. This was a little bit more like, to me, this is like you picked up a real flower. Oh, what is that?
This is slightly medicinal all of a sudden.
Yeah, I was about to say there's a medicinal.
Yeah, it just hit me as it hit you too.
That's twice for us.
Well, it just says we're walking through our process similarly.
Right. Yeah, medicinal cherry on the nose.
But not off-putting entirely. That's the weird part. Like my initial gut reaction was a little visceral, like, ooh. And then I was like, well, yeah, it sort of works with what's going on here. Ooh, I kind of like how the vanilla and cherry play together there.
I don't as much.
Well, you're wrong. It's okay.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So after discussing a little bit off camera and nosing again, number 2 actually did open up quite a bit more. Big butterscotch for us, but after the taste again, still a little boring. We took it out.
It's out.
So it's between 1 and 3. We're gonna go ahead and A/B those, and we'll get you a winner of this round.
1, 3.
1 and 3.
1, 3.
Let's go.
Start with 3.
Round 3.
Peppery notes coming out more.
Yeah, it is now weirdly enough, I think, lending more perfumey, which is what I was the opposite of what I was saying from last time.
Right. I'm gonna go nose this time.
Sure. Oh, 1 is so nice.
1 has
1 is so nice.
pulled the sweetness, the pepperiness, the barrel together. Okay. Ready to taste?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe? All right. Where are you going? 3 or 1 first?
We'll go 3-1.
All right.
Okay. I mean, yeah, much the same. It doesn't change a whole lot for me.
No. If anything, like you would expect when something sits open for a while, all of these are starting to really meld better, which is excellent. You hope that's going to happen even with the lower tier of the middle tier of the available value whiskey. I got it. I nailed it. Number 1.
Number 1. Yeah, this is the clear winner for me. It's like not even close.
Number 3 gave it a good run.
Truly.
And if we were awarding wild cards or points for second place, I agree with James. Number 1 is the clear winner here.
Wow.
So, you know what's been dropped out at this point? We don't.
You have no idea.
You know what's moved on at this point? We don't.
Correct.
But this has been round 1.